Everyone knows someone who works harder than almost anyone else. They wake up early, they stay late, they barely take vacations, and somehow they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Now think about someone else. They don't seem nearly as busy, yet every single year they somehow get wealthier. So, what's going on? Is it luck, better connections, higher intelligence? Not exactly. Because one of the biggest lies about money is believing that hard work alone automatically makes you rich. It doesn't. In fact, sometimes it does the opposite. And once you understand why, you'll never look at being busy the same way again. Most people grow up believing hard work is the answer to everything. Study harder, work harder, stay later, take extra shifts, because eventually success will come. And to be fair, hard work does matter, but it has a limit. There are only 24 hours in a day, and no matter how hard you work, you can only sell so much of your time, which means if your income depends entirely on your hours, your income will always have a ceiling. That's why two people can have completely different financial futures, even if one works twice as hard. Imagine two friends. The first one has a high-paying job. Every hour they work, they get paid, but every hour they stop, the money stops too. The second person spends years building something different. Maybe a business, maybe investment, maybe digital products. At first, they earn less, sometimes a lot less. And from the outside, they can even look less successful. But 5 years later, something changes. The employee is still trading time for money. The builder now owns something. That keeps creating value long after the work is done. That's when the gap starts to grow. Not because one person worked harder, because one person stopped selling every hour of their life. And that's the real difference. Most people believe wealth comes from working more. The wealthy understand it comes from owning more. And that changes everything. Because once you start thinking this way, you realize something important. The people who become truly wealthy eventually stop asking, how can I work more? They start asking, how can my work keep creating value even when I'm not there? That question changes the game. And the answer is usually one word: leverage. Leverage sounds complicated, but the idea is surprisingly simple. It means creating a bigger result without giving more of your time. Think about a teacher. When they teach one student, they help one person. But if they record an online course, that same lesson can help thousands of people for years. The work doesn't multiply, the impact does. That's leverage. The same idea applies to money. Every dollar you invest can keep working long after you earned it. Every business you build can continue generating income while you sleep. Every valuable skill you learn can increase your earning power for the rest of your life. That's why wealthy people don't ask, how can I work more hours? They ask, how can 1 hour of work keep creating value again and again? It's a completely different mindset. The average person spends years trying to become more efficient. The wealthy spend years trying to become more effective, because being busy and being productive are not the same thing. You can spend 12 hours answering emails, sitting in meetings, and checking boxes without creating anything that improves your future. Meanwhile, someone else spends 2 focused hours building an asset that keeps producing value for years. One person stays busy, the other builds momentum, and momentum is powerful because once your work starts creating results without needing your constant attention, time stops feeling like your biggest limitation. That's why leverage has created more wealth than hard work alone ever could. But there's still one mistake that keeps most people trapped, and it's a mistake almost everyone makes without even realizing it. So, what's the real goal? To work harder or to build a life where your income no longer depends on every hour you work? That's the question wealthy people answer differently because they understand something most people never fully learn. Time is your most valuable asset. Once it's gone, you never get it back. That's why they spend years building things that continue creating value long after the work is finished. Think about Warren Buffett. People often assume he became wealthy because he worked harder than everyone else, but that wasn't his biggest advantage. His biggest advantage was time. He invested early, he stayed patient, and he let compounding do what no human being could ever do alone. Year after year, his investments kept growing, not because he was working every minute, but because his assets never stopped working. That's the difference. The average person works for money. The wealthy build systems so money works for them. And that changes everything, because once your income stops depending on every hour you work, you start buying back the one thing money can never replace: time. That's why financial freedom isn't about becoming lazy. It's about having a choice. The choice to work because you want to, not because you have to. Most people spend their lives trying to earn more. The wealthy spend their lives trying to own more assets, more businesses, more investments, more systems that keep producing value, whether they're working or not. That's the game. And once you understand that, being busy stops feeling impressive. Building leverage becomes the priority. So ask yourself this: are you spending your days just earning another paycheck? Or are you building something that can keep creating income long after today's work is done? Because in the end, wealth doesn't belong to the busiest person. It belongs to the person who learned how to make their time, their money, and their assets work together. And that's the moment you stop chasing money and start building lasting wealth.